Good morning. We're just heading off. It's just before 11. This is quite early by our standards. Let's go to Gloucestershire.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
We are in Newent. So 2¼ hours. Just in time for lunch, which we now have to resolve. There's 3 pubs in Newent. We parked in one, and we're going to have a look at the other 2.
Find out more at hasslefreeboilers.com.
Yeah.
4% APR, 12-year contract applies. Terms and conditions at hasslefreeboilers.com.
We'll find somewhere on the right there. No, it's further off, isn't it?
31, isn't it?
Somewhere. Yeah. We'll go and say hello in a moment. So, let's see if, yes, it's the right grape, 31. It's either 31 or 32. And it's like the second along or something. It's not very far along.
How's that?
There we are. There I am. There's me incarnate as grape.
Oh, you're doing quite well.
Yeah, we're doing, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, some good bunches there. And those ones, they look nice. It's whether they're using it for late harvest or whether using it for the single. And it's looking much healthier than when we saw it last. It's in good condition. Good work, vine. Keep growing. Let's have a cheeky grape. Try and find one that's not really, there you go, try and find a fat one. Not really that sweet yet. Mind you.
That's just mush.
That's what good to go for. The little ones. So here we are in amongst the vines. Here's a lodge. That's where we're staying. There's 3 lodges named after the 3 churches that make up the 3 choirs. Hence the name Three Choirs Vineyard. So this is Gloucester, and then there is obviously Hereford and Worcester over there as well. And it's just vines in every direction. And yeah, nice afternoon sun. I'm just taking a bit of a GoPro time lapse. I'll try and insert a bit for you to see right now. Just climbing up the hill on the other side, so that's the hotel and restaurant up there on the hill. That's where our lodges are down there. And this is the nursery for the baby vines. And that's the main road. So there's your navigation. This is how dark it is around here at night. That is our amazing lantern. It's like holding a candle. It's a tea light. So with the same amount of light you can have a tea light. It's pretty pointless. You might as well have a match. Good morning. It's a lovely day. It's going to cloud over a bit, but so far it's been sunny. I've been watching the wildlife from the porch. And that was breakfast. A little hamper there. It gets delivered from up in the farmhouse. I can see some beast in that field. Appear to be sheep. Anyway, yeah, I think we're going to take a drive today. Maybe go into Ledbury, have a look around, And we're back here at 2:30 for the wine tasting. So this is Ledbury High Street. You can see a very nice old clock tower down there. And then in a moment you'll see the marketplace, which we'll go past. Not quite sure what the bunting's out for. I know that Newent have a onion fair, which is very exciting, in 2 weeks. Don't ask me what is involved in an onion fair, because I have no idea. So that's the marketplace, and this is Church Lane, so called because of, yeah, it's really nice old street, cobbled and sort of wiggly and overhanging. This is Muffins. So we're up at the end of Church Lane, which obviously has the church in it. It's a lovely old churchyard. Sort of local stone build. The roar of the combine harvester in the field opposite. There's a lot of dangly things on these wires. Is it to stop the birds landing, do you think, or is it stop people flying into it? Yeah, I have to get rid of the birds. So we're at Eastnor Castle, while we're in the overflow car park / cricket pitch. Okay. We're in a maze. It's like labyrinth. Does this feel?
I don't think you should have let me.
We've only got 2 hours, but we might spend it all in the maze. Not that way.
Leo's here.
Victory is ours. Now you just have to map your way out again. So, we made it up the maze, as you might have guessed. This is Eastnor Castle. We're not going in the castle today, which is a bit of a shame, but we don't really have time. The battlements look awesome. The lavatories are actually in the entrance here. We cheated to get out of the maze, to be honest. We mapped it out from the middle and then worked it out. Check out that tree house. We're going to go up there in a mo. This is the castle and the lake, and I think that might be the deer park opposite on the other hill. It's an amazing castle. It's how you draw like a classic castle, perfectly symmetrical, turrets in every corner. Less of a moat, more of a lake. I'm in the tree house, obviously. Well, that's the actual tree house part. I'm in the tree. I'm in the house. Windows need a bit of work. These are the lower terraces of the castle. Very nicely made up. The Malvern Hills beyond. The tortoise is attempting to move the cage. So we're about to go on a wine tour. Sitting in the garden, enjoying the sun. So we've just done a nice little tour around the vineyard, which and the winemaking, which, to be honest, it looks exactly like it looked last year. So if you want to actually see around the tour, then I suggest you go and find the video from 2 years ago called whatever I said it was before, winemaking in England or something along those lines. Anyway, it's very obvious. There's a man standing on a load of vines as a thumbnail. That's the clue. And yeah, so we're just wandering back. They think it's a pretty good harvest this year, but slightly below average. We're just saying it's a hell of a lot of grapes. I think it's probably slightly above average actually. These are all the different trestlings, they're showing them off here. So this is a sort of traditional single line one. They tend to do a Geneva double thing, you can see down there, quite wide. These are all the different varieties you get in different parts of the world depending on the terrain and the soil. Okay, so the plan is to go into that field next door and try and find where the rabbits come and nest. Nest? Rabbits don't nest. Woohoo! I'm just in a bog. It's quite a wet bog. That's better. Sorry, nearly disappeared into a lake. Yeah, try and find a rabbit hole. Rabbit entrance. That. And then we're going to put the GoPro there and leave it recording and see whether we get any rabbits. And if we don't, we don't. But if we do, you might see some rabbit footage later. Get a good view of the two of the lodges from here. Right, if you were a rabbit, where would you be? So we have come out for dinner to the Roadmaker Inn in Gorsley, which is just down the road really from where we are. It's about 5 miles, and it was a very traditional pub at one point, and it is now an Indian restaurant, believe it or not, a Gurkha restaurant no less. So I'm going to go in here. Just had a lot of Nepalese speciality Gurkha specials.
Oh my god.
There's rabbits everywhere. I don't know if you can see them. There's a lot of rabbits.
They're just saying still.
Oh yes, we have collapsed vine. So we're just wandering back. We just had breakfast up at the hotel up there. We've got to go and pack up a bit. We've managed to make somewhat a mess of the room as always. Put everything back in a bag and drive back up before we buy any wine and then work out where we're going. That is St Giles Church. This is Ely in Gloucestershire. It's a nice little village. It's clouded over a bit, which I'm a bit upset about, but there we go. So, this is a busy lunchtime rush on a Monday. A lot going on, as you can see. Sorry, that's Ely down below us. The manor there in the middle. Come up this hill with cows. Doesn't look that steep on video, but it's quite steep. So we got to there. That's the view of the River Severn. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. Yeah, there you go. So we're just turning around to walk back. We're coming down a slightly more interesting path. I just brushed a nettle, but I don't think it stung me. And got away with that one. There's quite a lot of bugs and things. And that's someone's garden. Yeah. So we're up at Coley Peak, where you can see everything. It's very windy though. You can see into Wales pretty much. Far distance. You can see all the berries around here. B-U-R-Y, that is. Rodborough Commons cow problem. We're back. It's very warm, it's very pleasant, but it is dinner time and we don't have any dinner. I want to visit the local retailer. It's a very, very long, slow journey from Slough along the A4 because the M4 was a disaster as well. So we only got back about 6. Hello, cat. What are you staring at? It's over there. Oh. It's the cat stare. Hello there, it's the back to reality bump today. So I've been making bread, sending emails, and now I need to buy some lunch. Rock and roll. So now that I've had a chance to really acclimatise, let's say, Three Choirs is amazing vineyard, and what's more amazing, obviously, I suppose, to many people is that it's in the UK. It's in Gloucestershire, just right on the border. It's called Three Choirs because it's named after the Three Choirs Festival, which is Gloucestershire, Herefordshire and Worcestershire. It's held in the cathedrals of the 3 capital cities of those counties, rotating. But beautiful place, and even if you just have a casual interest in wine, you know what you like, it's a lovely place to stay. It's ever so peaceful, and it's amazing that it's so close. Actually, I mean, Gloucestershire's a couple of hours from London, but it's England's not that big, so it's great, and it's much easier than going to the Loire, for example. And if you like dry white wines with really good aromatics that smell amazing, then you've really got to find one of theirs. They're not in the supermarkets at the moment because 2011 and 2012 were such poor years, but they probably will be again next year. If not, just go there. Google it, Three Choirs Vineyard. When I used to work in central London, I used to think having Kew Gardens 10 minutes walk away was, a nice resource. And I'd come here 4 or 5 times a year, maybe 6. And I'd think, that's fantastic, I couldn't do that if I didn't live here. Anyway, now I work at home, come here 2 or 3 times a week. This is my garden. Only I don't have to do any of the work, I just have to pay the dues. It's wonderful. So the heat waves returned for 2 days only. Today and tomorrow it's going to be like 27, 28 degrees. So to celebrate that, tomorrow I'm going to walk along the Thames Path from Kingston down to Walton, or somewhere around there, in the heat with Tom and Steve. But before that, I've got a proposal to write and send off today for some work. And a few more little bits to write up. So that is this afternoon's job. So I haven't had much of a chance for a walk today because, work and that. Finished writing everything up that I wanted to. Feeling optimistic, but you never know. So I figured a short walk, go to Pensford Field, enjoy the greenery. Because it's 4 o'clock already, and then tomorrow got a really long walk with Steve and Tom down the Thames, so that'll make up for my lack of walking today, is my hope. And seeing as tomorrow is supposed to be the hottest day in September for like 10 years or something, yet again we managed to pick the worst possible day to go for a walk, so that's really good. Last time I walked down there with Steve, which was 4 or 5 weeks ago, it was the hottest day of the year, so this will be the second hottest day of the year. So we can give ourselves a round of applause, I think, for that. One silent hand clapping. Okay, well that's not going to happen because the gate is locked. Plan B time. This is North Sheen Rec, as you can see. On a summer's day it's quite busy in the playground especially. That's the new clubhouse for Kew Park Rangers. We've got a couple of pitches, a little dog park and all sorts. Back in Kingston, continuing the Thames walk. It's market day, you can buy English strawberries, 2 for £1.50. But instead Steve's getting a drink from Greg's. Classy. This is East Molesey Lock. Just come down from Kingston, we're still going towards, what did I say before? Well, Walton on Thames ultimately, but also Shepperton and the other one on the other side. This is the weir in Sunbury, just outside Walton. That's the actual weir.
I think the wasp died a more humanely way than
Tom's been murdering wasps and we've been having lunch. They're going to ruin it.
They want to put hydropower in.
Well,
oh, they've got to keep the weir, surely.
Well, it will look like from that to that pitch they
okay. Called the hydropower.
Never for sale. It's past 2 generations.
Probably haunted.
I hope it
So
is.
that's on a little island with an amazing entranceway. Well, we are just outside Weybridge and Shepperton, essentially, on the island. This is the last part of the walk. We arrived in Weybridge. Now you've got to walk 2 miles to the station, through the town, up the hill. Keep going forever. Good afternoon. The weather has clearly changed today. It feels very different to how it did yesterday. I mean, admittedly, yesterday was very hot, but it just, you know, you can get that feeling in the air. It doesn't feel like summer anymore. It's very upsetting. Technically, though, it is still summer. The first day of autumn is the 22nd of September, so it's only what, the, don't remember, of September right now. Still the first week, so yeah, it's not autumn yet. Don't let anyone tell you it is. Despite I'm going out in a t-shirt just to kind of prove the point. Damn it. So there we go. So I'm going for a little walk in the afternoon. I've been sending emails all morning, work-related things, and hopefully it looks like 4 or 5 projects on the go. It seems that the boating on the lake has finished. Didn't get a go, which is very annoying, but it's because you had to pre-book it, and the only time you really had was weekends, and as you might imagine, weekends are rather busy, so it's rather difficult. Anyway, there's still a lot of the incredible stuff out of Kew. They're about to build a pumpkin pyramid in the water lily house, presumably from these here pumpkins like what they have grown. Some pretty good ones. They are about ready for picking. Some of them are, some of them are a bit green. Those ones look good. Look at that. That is a genuine pumpkin patch. And there's another one over there, and there's another one over there. So they're doing rather well. It's very high tide, it's just going out now. The river's got a very different character when it's this high. That's the island I pretty much walked out to at low tide. Feels very different, very much more remote now. Still, it looks awesome. So that's it for this week, guys. I'm going to go to bed because it's Friday and it's late and I'm looking quite red. Hope it's the lighting. Next week, join me for Small's Leaving Do, because there's the man who sings the wonderful vlog theme. He's moving to Cyprus like a selfish bastard.